Hey everybody, it's Grace. I know it's early. Um, I'm sorry about that. People are probably still sleeping. So I doubt I will get anybody watching. But if I do, it's awesome. And I have one person watching. So, hi. Do you want to get into the chat? Um, I have about an hour I would like to spend this morning um going over some stuff. I got caught up with AD's videos, so I know a little bit more than what I did last night. Like I said, I'm basically learning more and more each day. Um so if you would like to say anything in chat, I would be thrilled to speak with you. There was somebody I was talking with last night. I was actually on for a very long time. Um, and we really got into it. And like me and this girl, um, we were talking about the freezer and the chicken breast and stuff like that, and how there's evidence in the basement and how it could be the oxy, that that is the clue that supposedly Chris has given AD. Now, the only YouTuber that's talking about the Watts case that I know of that is in contact with Chris Watts is AD. He is very popular and he is good at what he does. But I do know from watching his videos that he gets a lot of threats. And that has to be really hard. I know some people don't like watching AD, and that's fine. I subscribe to many channels. I think there's like anywhere between 30 to 50 people that I subscribe to. Um and it's mostly about the Watts case. Um so like I said, this evidence that's in the basement. Me and this girl think it's the oxy. So what do you guys think? Do you think that that could be the thing in the basement that is the clue or one of the clues? Let me know in chat. Like I said, I would love to speak to you. If you are new and you would like to subscribe to my channel, just hit subscribe and hit that bell. Um, the choice is yours, basically. Um, Me personally, I love open chat. Like when I was talking to this girl, like we were really getting into it, into the case, and I absolutely loved it. Um, some people don't feel comfortable like going on chat, and that's fine. That's completely fine. Um, Sometimes it's just kind of like hard for me to. I'm still getting used to going live. Um, But, no, a lot of things came up last night, and a lot of things started making sense. Like, of course, because there was a picture, if you remember, there was a picture that was taken of one of those storage bins, and it had a bottle of Oxycontin in it. I'm pretty sure it said Oxycontin. I could be wrong. But, there was a picture of that. Now, I don't know what you guys think. I'm just guessing because that's all I can do is guess. Help me out a little bit. Do you think that the one clue is that is down in the basement is that bottle of Oxy that Shanann never finished? Because she was prescribed that when she had her neck surgery for that disc. When she went on live and she was wearing that neck brace, things like that. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'll give you a minute to decide if you want to be brave like me and come on here and talk about it. You don't have to come on like how I am. Like, you can just go in the live chat and we can talk. Because like I said, this is still new to me. So coming on here live is a really big step for me. But it is completely your decision. But I really want to, try to figure out as much information as I can. And I can't do that all on my own. That's why we all need to come together. We need to come together to try to figure this out. Because the only person who's getting emails is AD. He's the only person. And I did watch his one video. And this is from his video. So I am just telling you about what he said. Apparently, Chrissy was the one dating Dylan. It was Chris's cellmate. Supposedly they broke up on, I believe, Christmas Day. I think. I could be wrong. But they broke up. And people are actually saying that she made it all up about her being attacked. I don't think that was made up. She has pictures. She has proof. This wasn't just something that she woke up one day and said, okay, I'm going to make up some abuse story. She has the proof. But the only way I can see that proof is to join Patreon with AD. And I actually did do that on the 31st. And you know what? I kind of lost that money because I spent it on Patreon, the $10 one, because that was the only cheapest one I could get. And I was told that basically I would have to pay the $10 again on the 1st. So I didn't bother with it. Even though all the juicy stuff is on Patreon, that's $10 a month, and unfortunately I had bills to pay. But AD does give little hints about what his emails are about. So I am very curious. I'm very curious about what Chris is telling AD. How about you guys? Are you guys curious? Do you guys want to know what the deal is? Do you want to know if, Chris has realized, what the truth is, or is he going to stop playing games and tell everybody the truth? I don't know. I don't talk to Chris. I'm sorry. You could not pay me enough to communicate with him. No way in hell. Excuse my French. But as much as I want to know the truth about what happened that night, because like I said last night, Shanann, she was still alive the next day. But the big question is, where was she? Her and Nico could have been saved, but where was she? Where did they take her? And another thing I was talking about with the girl I was talking to last night, I forget her name. I would have to look it up. But what we thought could be a possibility, just a possibility, is that they were all given chloroform. And the kids died from it. They died on the 13th. And Shanann, she was unconscious. Maybe she woke up. Maybe that's a possibility. And she was still alive. And they gave her more chloroform and it killed her. And this story about, well, this story from the beginning about Shanann killing her children and then Chris killing her is bullcrap. It is bullcrap. I have watched, maybe I didn't know her in person, but you get a sense with people. Some people have it, some people don't. Me personally, I do have that. If I even get around somebody who's creepy or somebody who is maybe bad or isn't right, I'll get a weird feeling and I'll want to like distance myself from that person. But I really want to know what you guys think. Because you're just hearing what I think. And maybe you think I'm wrong. Maybe you think I'm right. I mean, basically all anybody can do myself, AD, Mia, the only thing we can do is basically throw out what ifs or throw out theories of what happened that night. The only person who knows what happened that night is Chris Watts. And now he is finally starting to open up to AD. And I don't think AD would lie about that. I think he is telling the truth about that. Like I said, I know some of you don't like AD, and that's fine. I subscribed to him. Oh my gosh. Long time ago. But I wasn't really following channels at first. I at first heard about the case when it was on the news. And for some reason, I don't know what it was, but something was telling me, you know, read about this. You know, be nosy a little bit. You know, read into what their lives were. Stuff like that. So, I got on YouTube. And I learned a whole lot. I watched Shanann Watts's Facebook videos. She was, oh my gosh, she was all about her kids. And the thing is, so was Chris Watts. And he took, what was it, 8 years they were together? He took that time and basically erased it in 6 weeks. I don't know how you can do that. I really don't. Somebody that is so loving and caring, and then they turn into some monster is what everybody is calling him. I don't get it. And I probably never will get it because I wasn't there. So what I want to know is what I want to know is what people think. And I probably won't get anybody talking to me until tonight. And it sucks because it Hi, honey. Thank you for putting something in the chat. But the thing is, babe, he was all about his kids. But when he was with his mistress for those 6 weeks, something happened. Something dark was going on in her house where he always spent his time. And this is not an excuse and it's not a cop out, but something dark took over him. And it was so strong that he couldn't fight it off. And his family paid the ultimate price for it. I don't think he was doing the killing, babe. He definitely belongs in jail. But like I was telling the girl, the reason why I don't think that he was the one that did the killing is because Audrey Briggs. And yes, honey, I know you hate psychics. But she was literally like telling everybody. Shanann was speaking through her. And she said that there was evidence in the pipes, that there was evidence in the basement. She said that Chris was crouched down in the master bedroom in a corner, and the ones who were doing the killing was the mistress, leave Jim alone, and some Hispanic girl. Shanann didn't know her name, but all she knew was it was a Hispanic girl. But Chris was still guilty because he did nothing to stop it. Exactly, babe. You took the words right out of my mouth. It's crazy how much our minds are alike. But you know, he lied. Obviously, he knew he was doing something wrong. He lied about it. He went to the media. He pleaded for his family to come home, and how that one night in that house alone was so traumatic for him. Traumatic for him. What about his family? I I I don't understand how it was traumatic for him. I mean, like I said, I do not think that Shanann died on the 13th. The autopsy even proves that she died on the 14th, which was the next day. So where was she? Where did they have her? That is a big question. And a question I don't think has ever been answered because nobody knows where she was. But the kids, the girls, they died, unfortunately, on the 13th. But their mother, she was still alive for a whole day. And last night my daughter was telling me, because she couldn't understand if Shanann, because she had a baby monitor thing on her phone, an app, and she could see her daughter sleeping. And my daughter was trying to tell me, well, her friend was still out on the street ready to, pull away. Why didn't she just run to her and tell her to call 911? A mother's instinct is to protect their children. And I would have done the same thing that Shanann did. I would have went in that house and I would have done anything to save those kids' lives. Yeah, you're right, babe. And supposedly, and this is coming straight from emails, but then again, we're talking about Chris Watts, somebody who wouldn't know the truth if it bit him in the ass. I guess he's being backed into a corner. He's being threatened by multiple people. If he opens his mouth, his family will pay the price. Well, the rest of his family. So he's trying to tell AD in code what the truth is. And so far, like I said a million times, here are the clues. Look at the red sports car. That was Jim's car. Look at the gray truck. NK drove a gray truck. The basement. There's evidence in the basement. And me and the girl I was talking to last night think it was that Oxy. Because he tried to make Shanann miscarry the baby when he went to North Carolina that last week. And he gave her a 80 milligram tablet of Oxy. I think he put it in her drink to try to make her miscarry. And she couldn't figure out why she was sick. Like, she was throwing up and everything like that, and she thought it was just because of the pregnancy. She had no idea she was drugged, but you could see it in her eyes. Because she took a picture, she took a selfie of herself. And you can tell that she was on something. She was given something. He drugged her. And I know he said in the third confession that he didn't just drug her once, but he drugged her twice. I don't know if that second one happened. I don't know if he drugged her the second time or not. I really don't know. Because it wasn't in her system, but if you're a person who only takes something as needed, say if somebody gets a script for Norco, they threw their back out and they take maybe 10 pills and then they put the rest away. I mean, I don't know. She stored everything. Shanann did. So, and in the one picture, you can see the bottle of Oxycontin. 1 second, my husband's saying something. I know, that's what, babe, I know, that's why I'm saying that she thought that the reason she was so sick is because of the pregnancy, because she was pregnant at the time. And Chris was trying to make her miscarry, which is freaking disgusting. Oh my god. I'm glad I can't swear on this channel. I really am. Because I'd be kicked off in a second. I mean, honestly, if you give, say, nobody has taken, like my husband, for example, he doesn't even like taking Excedrin migraine for migraines, okay? If I was to give him an oxycodone, slip it in his drink, which I would never do because that's just messed up. I mean, I don't know who. I have no idea what he was thinking. But if I did that and he got messed up, he'd probably think that he was just really sick. And he'd probably go to the doctor, maybe, depending on how sick he was, because he don't even like going to the doctor. And I understand that, babe. If you're not happy, walk away. That's what everybody doesn't understand. I don't even understand it. Like the district attorney said at Chris Watson's sentencing, if you're not happy, get a divorce. You don't annihilate your whole family. It's not the way to go. So, there's a lot of unanswered questions, and there are still questions to be asked. This was not okay. 4 lives were taken. And maybe it was by his hands or maybe it wasn't. But he was still responsible either way. He brought that woman into their life. She had been stalking them a year prior. Especially Shanann. Because from everything that I read, it was like she was fixated on Shanann. But you want to know why she went for Chris? Actually, I really don't need to tell you why she went for Chris. It was... the only thing I can really say on here is she definitely put her body to work. And I don't know who else was in her apartment with her and Chris. I know there were people, but I don't know who. That's an answer that will probably never get answered. That's a question that will probably never get answered. Because he'll probably take that to his grave. Just like he says, oh, well, I'll never tell you where I got the oxy. He must be dumber than a box of rocks. Because there's a clear picture of a picture taken in their basement. And one of those storage containers was a bottle of oxy. Now, either he forgot about... well, he must have not forgot about it because he used it on her. But, yeah, this whole, oh, I'm going to take this to my grave. I don't know if he's trying to sidetrack everybody, thinking that somebody gave it to him, even though he got it right out of his own house. I don't know. What do you think, honey? You've been talking a lot. Or did you leave me? I guess my husband took a sneak peek of my live last night too. And now that was long. I think I was on there for almost 3 hours. Because me and this girl, we're really into talking about the case and everything. So, yeah. I mean, I didn't get to sleep. I don't think I actually got to sleep until like 3 or 3:30. And I had to wake back up at 6:30 to take my dog to go get fixed. But that's besides the point. So I know, okay, now my husband wants to talk. I don't understand how, with this day and age, there's no footage or more information about this. Well, 2.5 years ago, all they had to go on was the CCTV footage from Nate's camera. But Chris knew about the camera because he was telling Nate that his truck kept getting broken into. And he asked if he could move his truck to where the camera would, like, watch his truck type thing. Okay, I'll get to that, babe. Because there's a little story to that too. But Chris knew about the camera. And I think him walking around the truck and, putting gas tank in, putting it out, I don't think he was loading any bodies. I think it was a ploy to not show attention to other people that were involved. And my husband just said that he doesn't believe in lie detectors. Personally, neither do I. But I did hear, and this, I mean, I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard that he passed, but they went in and they told him that he failed. But then again, it could be wrong information. Makes it easy to play with the people that will watch it. What do you mean, the people that will watch it, babe? Because I know that the 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 camera. You mean Nate's camera? The CCTV footage? There was a huge thing in this case, what everybody was going on. Is that what you're talking about, babe? Um, the thing is, I think the police have the actual footage. The footage that we see, I don't know. I honestly don't. But I do know that the cops have the actual footage. But, uh, and I'm telling you, I just have this gut feeling that this case is still open. I think the cops want it to look like it's closed, but I think it is very much still open. And that's a good thing because this case needs to be solved. It can't go cold. That is why we're all doing what we're doing. AD, oh my god, like, he has gone above and beyond. Mia, so has she. I mean, I've literally watched thousands thousands upon thousands of hours of footage, videos, everything you can think of. I mean, you can even ask my husband. He is so sick and tired of hearing me talk about the Watts case. because he doesn't get into that stuff like I do. Is there any real leads? Right now, there are clues. The clues that Chris is feeding AD. No, you don't do that to your face. And I get that, babe. But he did. And now he thinks that because he has found God and has co-written basically Bible books. I think he's co-written 3 or 4 books since he's been in there. And he's only been in there for a little over 2 years. So I guess it can happen. I mean, when you're in I don't know how big those cells are, but you figure you're in there for 23 hours a day. You're only out for an hour a day. So, yeah, you'd have all the time in the world. Crap. I could write some books if I was in a tiny cell for 23 hours a day. I mean, that's a lot of time on your hands. Literally. But I think I think what he's trying to do with this 35C is he's trying to get his time reduced. So he thinks, okay, so I'll tell the main guy on YouTube, I'll feed him bits and pieces of the truth. I'll tell him where to look and stuff like that. And according to AD, Chris Watts wants AD to solve this case. And the reason why I started going on live is because all I've been doing, I'm sorry. All I've been doing is watching videos, reading up on the Watts case, studying it. So I thought, you know what? I'm gonna go live. I'm on day 4, and people are telling me, you're doing good, just keep going. And sometimes I feel like I'm talking to myself, which that's fine. Other times I'm talking to my husband on here. He said a lot of people go to God for forgiveness, but to try to get the forgiveness, you need to confess. And I understand the laws, but someone needs to wire cameras and mics in his cell until we get the... Oh, that's a good idea. That actually is a good idea, babe. But I don't know why they haven't done it yet. Basically, all I know is they've been making threats to him. Basically telling him to keep his mouth shut or his family's gonna pay for it. And he's emailing AD against the law, but as far as I'm concerned, he has no right. No! Chris Watts does not have any rights. The only way you can file a 35C is if there is evidence. if you can prove evidence, something big is going to come out of this. And, at first when I heard about it, I was like, you know what? I know that he tells little truths in these lies that he tells, but he's not going to tell the truth. Why would he? He's in there for life. And after a while, I hear about him writing these books and communicating with people. Dylan, his cellmate, knows every last detail of what happened that night. He knows about that 111-minute phone call that that Chris Watts and his mistress had. Yeah, Dylan knows exactly what was talked about. And you want to know who else knows? Chrissy. Chrissy is one of AD's subscribers. And I guess she knows everything. And she said, because I watched the video, it was one of AD's videos, that as soon as Dylan got home from wherever he was at, because he was in prison and then they put him somewhere, it was like a protective thing. When he got home this month, that they were going to go on live with AD and tell the world what happened. Well, now I don't know what's going to happen because, according to AD, Dylan and Chrissy broke up not that long ago. Like a week and a half ago. But yet, AD's got proof that Dylan is still calling her, asking to talk to her, stuff like that. So, I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. And I know that Chrissy paid a huge price. She was actually, that's not for me to say. Why is it that only one person that AD has information? I find that part strange. What do you mean, babe? Are you talking about Chrissy? Or are you talking about Chris Watts? I'm drawing a blank here, babe. Because he talks to a few people. So what specific person are you talking about, honey? I'm talking about the YouTuber. So Chrissy. The one toy watch all the time. The one toy watch all the time. The one you watch all. You mean Mia? Because I watch Mia too. But Mia and AD, they don't like get together on their channels. You can invite people onto your channel, but like I said, I'm new to this, so I don't even know how to do that. No, the one you just talked about and said he gets all this information. Yeah, AD. AD is the one getting all the information. I don't understand why he is the one getting it. Probably because AD's the one that is kind of popular in YouTube right now, especially with the Watts case. Unfortunately. But I can't really say anything because I do watch his channel and I do I do like what he does say. But I do watch Mia, but she doesn't get all the people on with her that AD has. AD has talked to the person who wrote that first book, Letters from Christopher. Sherilyn Cadle or whatever her name is. Yeah, he's had her on his show. He has Chrissy on his show. He's getting emails from Chris Watts. I mean, Armchair Detective AD. He's pretty popular. Very popular. I gotta run, so we'll live later so you can spend time with me, love. Let's take a break for now. I gotta get off anyway because I got my appointment. So, the one person who is watching, other than my husband, I am getting off here now. I have a virtual doctor's appointment I gotta get to. But I will be on tonight. I was told to come on an hour after AD is on. So I gotta figure out when he's gonna be on. And then that's when I'll be on. Like I said, I'm really new to this, so I don't know how to tell you when I'm gonna be on. Like with AD, it'll say, okay, AD will be on in like 30 minutes. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do a background, like those cool backgrounds that he does. I don't know how to do any of that. That's how new at this I am. So I apologize for that. But I am doing my best, and people are seeing that. But I'm getting off here, and I wish everybody well. And I will be on tonight, and I can't wait to talk to you guys. Have a great day.